Hello. This is Wednesday Night Hop, Week 3, 6 and 8 count not Balboa. Lindy Hop. Thank you. I'm Cari.
Misha. Hi, everybody.
You all rock. We're okay.
It was really awesome class today.
Yeah, great class.
Watching all of you. We're gonna quickly recap what we did. So we started with continuing working from last week on this bounce move from the facing each other. Looked like this: rock,
1, 2,
step,
3,
bounce,
4,
bounce,
5,
triple step,
6, 7, 8.
rock,
1,
step,
2, 3,
bounce,
4,
bounce,
5,
triple step,
6, 7, 8.
So for the leads, we focused a little bit on the footwork. We switched the rock step to this forward step, and then back. That was pretty important to give our followers space. And we were talking a lot today about this catching the bounce, feeling this pull on the sides.
Yep. We did do a short little exercise for this where we caught to feel what the pulling looks like or feels like, as opposed to some of the stuff that we were doing otherwise. So for follows, we were talking about the difference between doing your own footwork and not really caring what the lead is doing or when the lead is leading here. That bounce, versus like having a lot of connection between like across our shoulders and across our core, so that when we hit this first bounce, this stretch that we were just practicing pulls us this way, and then this stretch pulls us this way. So we get this bounce, right? And we did do an exercise as well in addition to the pulling exercise to feel what that stretch looks like. We did an exercise where we led 2 or 4 bounces. So rock, step, bounce, triple step, rock and bounce, triple, right? Just to really feel the difference between those two things.
And that really takes this having the connection into these pull points to be able to communicate the difference between these two moves.
And the last thing we talked about, I think, for leads was keeping your arms, your hand in here in like this range, and like a smaller range, so that you get more stretch, as opposed to leading a zigzag.
So this is, if this is too much and we're giving too much space for the follow, she can triple step.
Yep. Whereas opposed to this like little bit where Misha is moving a tiny bit, and that's what I stretch off of.
Yeah. Then we quickly covered the going into swing out from here, which looked like this.
Bounce, triple step, triple step. Sorry, my footwork was a little off there. Rock and bounce, triple step, triple step.
Key for the leads was, first, instead of doing 2 steps backwards, and as in the previous move, I was doing backward in place. So it was rock, step, backward in place. And from here, my leading onto the triple step was more around my follower and kind of a little with more energy, but most importantly around and in place rather than along the line. So altogether looks like this: step, triple step, triple step.
For followers, we were talking about how as I get more rotation around, I can feel that I'm moving a little bit faster, and almost all of the rotation happens on the first one, right? So if we're doing rock, step, bounce, triple, right? Like I've already turned around, and then my triple step heads backwards. Let's also show it from this direction, so that so rock, step, bounce, triple step, right? So that first step of the triple step is what gets me the rest of the way around, and then the step gets me backwards so that I sink into Misha's arm and create this great connection. Let's do it one more time from this direction. So rock, step, bounce, triple step, triple step. And we talked about how on the 4, you should feel like you're about to swing out, right? You should get that like great stretch. So right here, this 4, and then 5, you just do a normal swing out.
And once you're through with 5, you're good.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, then we moved on to something
Yeah, we changed
seemingly
gears.
different.
Seemingly different.
The move looked like this: triple step, rock step,
and
triple.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Triple.
Yeah.
Right?
So, quickly breaking down the part by part. So the first part, it was 6-count move. We're moving like this, and then leaders were cutting across. So we end up like this, and then rock step. And then from here, there were two options. Option number one was rock step, triple, rock step. And option number two was rock step, bounce, triple, rock step. And we talked a lot about the difference into the how do we lead triples or bounces from this position. And the key difference was that on the bounces, we kind of keep the leaders keep our hand close. And it's kind of like short stop using this close connection, versus if we want to lead triple step, we need to give all this space for the follower to actually do this triple step. So we stretch away more, and we actually reach the arm further.
So we, for followers, we talked about how you can run into the same trap of just doing like your own steps here without paying attention to where the stretch happens. So what happens is that as Misha goes into this first bounce, he stops so that I reach us, like as I continue to go out, we stretch here. So we stretch right here. And then as we come in here, he stops again. His backhand, if we turn around, his backhand doesn't like allow me to triple in by going here. It stays right here. Or I guess it would come towards me, but it stays right here so that as I rotate in, I create a stretch here, and that's what bounces me. So it's not a push, but like a stretch, right? A pull almost. So it looks like, again, for followers right here, stretch, triple. And so when the lead gives me a little bit more space, I know that I'm supposed to triple step out. And then the last thing, I think, sorry, my bad. Rock and bounce, triple. So the last thing that I remember that we talked about, and Misha might have more things, is that we talked about how both of the things at the end are actually tuck turns.
Tuck turns.
Right, so if you look at it, we go rock, step, bounce, tuck, turn, rock, and tuck. Turn,
and
which is super cool.
Similarly to the regular tuck turn, the whole point is that I'm as a leader using my upper body to bring my follower all the way around and create this preparatory turning in that then unravels out.
Yep, and for a follow, as I get that tuck in, that prep allows me to turn all the way out and get that full stretch. You can do other things out of there. You can do anything out of there, which is awesome. But the tuck turn is an option, and it feels really great.
All right. I think that was it.
Yeah, we will see you next week.
Yes, very excited to see you next week.
We're excited. Last week of the class, so we'll see ya.
See ya.
Bye.